It's a better content. I
kalau lebih komiti yang kalau kurang opini dia ini paling style lah. This is a movie. So 2 meter panjang. Orang terlebih dalam production.
Ni saya yang sekali.
Boleh.
Ini memang dari situ kan.
Saya tak tahu, tapi I already ask them to request the backup battery.
Dalam rokok.
Sekarang apa?
Semalam pukul 11 malam info lah.
Saya kena buat story dekat AKIUM official ke? Aku buat story dekat AKIUM official. Please come here for our event today. Okay.
Lambat sangat pun nanti nak semua buat.
Pembaris. Doktor dah tulis nama dah?
Dah.
This is Tapi ini cantik lah. Sebab dia ada dari sini. Yes, yeah.
ADP.
Smart pitch monitoring will detect the food coming in and going out of the food and see all the technical. So it's like a smart inventory and suddenly it's expired. So our future is going to be estimate or have an expiry so you can go out and go out so you can get simple.
Make it a turn.
Yeah, yes. That's a good one, right?
It's more on the
Nanti kalau dalam ini kita di sini, nanti seperti macam
So if there is cause escape, lepas tu kalau kita yang ni cause area itu
yang tu aja tak nampak tu.
just
Terus yang lain tu bagus.
Control back.
Kalau kontrol baik.
computer itu
Dia just tukar style lah.
Terus pulang. Contoh kan. Sikit.
rasa WhatsApp tu kalau ini je kita itu
Ada dalam tu, ada bilang
so that is going to be that silence oh so cool call data next university the audio is not juga try kita yang kita ada outro
nasi.
Macam ini orang masih
saya sudah
to dapat maximum resolution for the space. Belakang Memang pakai.
Ini jauh. Dan ini seorang jadi dua. Ada bukti ya? Orang baik bisa kita gitu. Tak tahu lagi. Kalau ini proper. Tak suruh tak kalau dah start itu dia orang buat semua bergerak dua. Sebab dah start sekarang dia dah fikir itu. Rasa kau dah biasa dulu yang itu di depan. Aku jangan. Tisu. Ya, dia sketch dah. Yang belakang tu tisu dia.
start the event at 11:30. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Shafiq Mirza. I am the co-academic exco for AKIUM as well your MC today. Before the event starts, I would like to invite the guests to be seated as the ceremony will begin soon. Also, please make sure that all guests have registered at the registration table. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Greeting to IR Dr. Muhammad Sayuti bin Abi Karim, the advisor of AKIUM, Mr. Nasir Ahtar bin Nasri, the president of AKIUM 2023-2024, Mr. Muhammad Amir Arif Muhammad Maliki, president of AKIUM 2022-2023, VIP, special guest, lecturer, AKIUM Exco and fellow student. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all ladies and gentlemen in the hall. Welcome to today's special event, the launching of AKIUM Educate. Praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have been graced by the chance to gather in this momentous ceremony. Before we move on, let us begin with recitation of dua that will be led by Mr. Muhammad Mafazi bin Muhammad Zulkarnain.
We will start the dua with the recitation of Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Praise be to God, the Lord of the world. Peace and blessings are upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, and for those who followed his example till the day of judgment. Allahumma ya Allah, on this blessed morning, in conjunction with the launching event of AKIUM Educate, we beseech Thee and are grateful towards You in favor of all the infinite blessings to us, Your humble servant, to live a safe and prosperous life. We seek Your blessing for the flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek Your guidance to steer clear of events that would be detrimental to the progress of this event. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you to Mafazil Karnain for the recitation of dua. Without further ado, I welcome Nasir Ahtar bin Nasri, the president of AKIUM 2023-2024, to give an opening speech and remarks about AKIUM Educate and its mission to empower and educate.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to everyone. How are you guys today? I hope you guys are having a very good morning today, and it's a very good Friday. This is my first Friday in Malaysia. So yeah, I am very excited to see all of my friends again, and I invite most of my close friends to come and see what I have to deliver today. So this event is called AKIUM Educate. AKIUM Educate is an initiative by AKIUM and will be funded by the President. So the concept is, it is an initiative to educate the students who wants to learn and provide a chance for students to educate others. It's also an initiative to accommodate for underprivileged demographic by giving them exposure and educational opportunities they couldn't afford on their own. It's an initiative to give back to the community, and it also is an initiative to encourage AKIUM membership. So you guys might be thinking, why am I mentioning underprivileged demographic? So what is underprivileged? What is disadvantaged? There's a study by the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology about educationism. Educationism is when educated people are implicitly biased against the less educated. This has unfortunate consequences and makes a gap between the rich and the poor. So what they are trying to say here is that sometimes poverty is related to education. If you have more money, you can invest more on education. If you have less money, you do not consider your education that much. But when you have children and everything, you want the best for them. But you can't really blame them from coming from a poor family. So today, this is what I am going to do. So the AKIUM Educate is an initiative for educating students. So in most of us have a very mixed background. There are some people from the higher class, working class, and also from the poor class. So you can see these different levels of society and how well they learn, how well they succeed in their exams, how well they want to learn, and sometimes people don't really care about their grades, because all they know is degree is just another certificate. But for me, degree is much more than that. It's not just a certificate, it's a journey. So one of the educational sessions that we have in the university right now are industrial talks. I will give you an example. IMETI and also IKME, HBA also, they all usually do industrial talks for them to expose students to the industry and everything. So the problem with industrial talks is that it's very limited to the company, requires a lot of attendance for the sake of the club and the company. So if you make an industrial talk and there's not much attendance, that will have a bad image for your club and for the company. So that's like very, very bad. And then the other challenge is also not flexible, because you have to have a lot of communication between the club, between the company, when to do this. This day has a lot of class by the students, but this day is only the free day the company has. The company wants to do it on this day, but the students are not available. So there's a lot of challenges and it's not very flexible. And industrial talks have very high competition for other clubs, because you have clubs from IMETI, you have clubs from AKIUM, you have clubs from MESA doing all industrial talks, and then you have to choose which one to go, and sometimes they go to other clubs industrial talk and not to the other one. So that's the competition we have right now, and AKIUM doesn't want us to compete with them. We want to do something ourselves. So in our AKIUM Educate, what we will be talking about is some topics on sharing exclusive experiences, working experiences, engineering and sustainability. So this AKIUM, so the objective of AKIUM Educate is that we want to provide educational sharing sessions from students to other students, especially who wants to learn which have limited opportunities or disadvantage. We want to expose peers to real-world topics and share experiences from the student perspective. Encourage students by subsidizing money to buy food using a coupon system. So this is what I target about the much more unfortunate students, because they usually don't want to participate in this kind of thing because there's nothing in it for them. They come and then they just hear another lecture and then they go back home. They don't really learn anything. So that's the mindset people have nowadays. It's sad, but that's the reality. So what we want to do is that we attract people by subsidizing money. So every time you come, we will give you money to buy you food. Not really cash, but food. So this is how we're gonna execute it. So AKIUM Educate will be held every month. So now it's November. We have December, January, February, March, April, May, and June. So every month we will have 1 hour session. So it's going to be 40 minutes of presentation and 20 minutes of training. So this is how the coupon system works. So the coupon system works is that every time you come, you will scan the QR attendance, and then you will be given a coupon. This is the 5 ringgit coupon. Every attendance will be given a 5 ringgit coupon, and then at the coupon will have a code. So that code will be uploaded in the Google form. Okay, so the coupon will be only given to the members of AKIUM. Okay, so in order for you to participate in AKIUM Educate, you need to become an AKIUM member first. Okay, so this coupon will be claimed at the engineering cafe at level 4. So one more thing about educational sessions is that it is not recorded as frequently or as quality as we want, because industrial talks don't really have recordings, we just have taking photos. So what we do is we have some YouTube live stream. So me myself, I'm a YouTuber, so I live stream a lot of times, and I see that it's an opportunity for people to come again and watch your live stream again, because it's recorded in YouTube. So the sessions of AKIUM Educate can be watched multiple times even after the event. So people can watch someone presenting about sustainability. They can't come that day, but they can watch the YouTube video again. So I believe we can encourage the content creation in AKIUM YouTube channel as well, and also have it available for everyone and accessible. So these are the benefits of what our program is. We are going to have much closer approach to the students by having another student presenting. This can eliminate any boundaries or gaps between speaker and audience. Because usually if you go to industrial talks, the one talking will be like a very professional speaker, like someone from the industry, and you will be student stand. So sometimes you want to ask very silly questions, or some people malu bertanya. So what I noticed in the Malay students is that they really malu bertanya. They don't want to ask, because if they ask it's gonna sound so funny, or it's gonna show you how not smart you are. But that's the problem. Students don't really want to ask questions these days, because they have a boundary that they want to get over with, which is very hard for them to do. So what we want to do is we want to eliminate the boundary. So you can just ask me questions like I'm your friend. So, and then we want to provide much quality education available to the engineering students that have limited opportunities. So I've been saying multiple times, limited opportunities, inaccessible, exclusive opportunities. So what is actually opportunities? So some people see education just what is in the classroom. For me, education is more to having experience, having knowledge, having to know the perspective of other people. So I've been through a lot of conventions, and I've been through a lot of congress, and I've met a lot of people. So I think that's education for me. But the only thing is, for you to participate in those kind of things, you need to have money. Most people don't have money, so they don't really have those kind of exposure. They don't really have those kind of knowledge. They don't really have those kind of interactions with other people. All they have interactions is with their friends. So their knowledge will be only limited to where you go. So if you only go to your friends, your knowledge will not be that much. So if you want to go higher above, you need to find people. You need to go to places. You need to go to conventions. You need to go to each booth I go, asking, what do you do for a living? What is your product about? But nowadays, that's the problem of Malay students. They don't really want to go outside. They don't really want to go to those kind of conventions, because there's nothing in it for them, you know? And then we want to increase AKIUM YouTube engagement and content creation. So that's the purpose of the YouTube live stream. So the catch is AKIUM Educate is only for the AKIUM members, but today is open for all, because I want to be brief explaining what is AKIUM Educate about. So the twist is, AKIUM, in order for you to become an AKIUM member, you need to pay 5 ringgit. So when you pay that 5 ringgit, it's going to go into the AKIUM bank, and AKIUM bank is going to use that money to do all of the events. The coupon will be given from me. So it's like having the cycle, starting the cycle of money, like cash flow. You know, you want to give money to AKIUM, but how do you want to do that? It's not just like giving 500 ringgit to AKIUM bank alone. So it's like not fair. So we want to make that cash flow much more beneficial for everyone. So how do we introduce that cash flow? we introduce that cash flow by giving money to students, and that students will use that money for food. But at the same time, in order for you to get these coupons, you need to become an AKIUM member. So that money from your wallet will go into AKIUM member, but the money from my wallet will go into yours. So that's how the cash flow works. Alright, so you might be asking, who is the student who might be willing to teach people every month, and who are the students who are willing to share their exclusive experience? Because sometimes people don't really want to share their experiences, but I've met so much passionate people. When you are very passionate about something, you want to share the world about it, you know. So those kind of people that I want to find, and those kind of people, one of them is me. So I want, because I'm very passionate about technology, I'm very passionate about engineering. My friends are not, my peers are not, and then it's like really hard to convince them. So what I want to do is I want to share to the whole world what you guys are missing. You guys are missing about sustainability. You guys are missing about renewable energy. That's the friction that we have in engineering. You guys are taking mechanical engineering degree. In 5 years, the market for engineers are going to change, but you don't know that because you don't expose yourself to these kind of things. I've been to these events and I've seen the, let's say, the trend line or the trajectory of engineering. You can see the trajectory of engineering is going to renewable energy. You can see the trajectory of engineering going to digitalization. It used to be like very industrialized. In Malaysia, it's more to manufacturing. So what do you really define as engineering these days? And what is really engineering in the future? So you don't know that. Peers don't know that. Malay students don't know that. AKIUM is for Malay students specifically, but it's open for all because it really stands for Angkatan Kejuruteraan Islam Universiti Malaya. We want to empower the Muslim students in Universiti Malaya, but the problem is the Muslim students don't want to empower themselves. They don't want to participate in career talks. They don't want to participate in industrial visits. They don't want to participate in industrial like career talks, industrial talks, because there's nothing in it for them. That's the mindset of the Malay students. That's the mindset of the students we have today. We want to break that mindset. I want to show the world what does it mean to have this kind of exposure. So this is my friend, and then we went to a hackathon together. This is my first time going to a hackathon together. So it exposes me about computer science, you know. So this is me at the Renewable Energy Congress in KLCC. This is me at the Tenaga Nasional Net Energy Transition Roadmap. This is me with Petronas engineers. I sit beside Petronas engineers and talk to them about engineering. I talk to them about what are your projects, what do you really do, what kind of documents do you do. And they were like, wow, you really want to know about this? And then this is a TMB officer. I met him during the TMB convention. I sat next to him. I said, Assalamualaikum, saya engineering student. Saya passionate sangat pasal renewable energy. Tapi saya tak boleh entry ticket to the TMB because it costs 4,000 ringgit for you to enter the convention for the NETR, Net Zero Energy Transition Roadmap. So what he did was he gave me his business card, and his business card wrote there the Chief Information Officer. He's the CIO of the TNB and he's the VVIP. So he gave me that card and asked me to go to the counter and I get a free admission to the convention. So that's really how far I'm willing to go to these kind of events. And then why do you care so much, Nasir? Like, what makes you do these all things? Because I really want to take note of everything, and this is small for you guys, but this is actually each notes that I taken from every session of the convention, every session of the congress. I taking notes about the conference, the topics, built environment, mobility, governance, and technology. I learned about photovoltaics. I learned about ESG. I learned about carbon capture. I learned about the carbon price. I learned about what really is the transitional mechanisms for Malaysia. So those kind of things are very important for people, but people don't really want to know about it. But why? So I want to write it down in my iPad because apparently nobody's not taking these things. I feel that my iPad is the most important weapon in my education because it allows me to take notes a lot. And this is how I use my iPad. So the question is, why am I so passionate about encouraging people? Why am I so passionate about asking people to find this kind of knowledge? Here is hold on. So here is a quote that I really hold it near to my heart. Is that education is the most powerful weapon which can use to change the world. It really is. It sounds cheesy, but I think the more you are educated, the more powerful you can be as a person. You want to be a politician, you need to be educated. You want to be an engineer, you need to be educated. You need to be a CEO, you want to be an owner of a company, you need to be educated. If you're not educated, you're not gonna know much. And this is me live streaming because I have really nothing to lose, and I also nothing to gain from this. Because, for example, there's nobody really saying you need to do this. Macam tak ada siapa suruh I ajar kawan-kawan I stress analysis, for example. But I want to because I want to help the generation. Because if you think about it, why do you really help people? Because they are my friends. Okay. Why do I help people? It's because I see my friends as my future partners. I see my friends as future employees. I see my friends as the future leaders of the world. So I want my friends to be educated. I want my friends to succeed in life. So that's why it is very important for everyone I know and everyone who's passionate about education needs to put themselves out of the comfort zone. And I've been streaming in my YouTube channel, and I've been doing it with honest work. Like nobody really pays me. I don't really get money, but I love to teach people. So right now, I just have like 100 subscribers. That's like a little bit, and I have like 3,000 views, and watch time is like 500 watch time hours. Like for me, it's quite impressive because I've been live streaming for about 2 years ago. So this is a milestone for me, but people don't really want to know. So sharing knowledge is the most fundamental act of friendship because it gives you a way you can give something without losing something. If you give your money, you might lose your money. If you give people knowledge, you will never lose that knowledge. So thank you. That's all from AKIUM Educate. I hope to see the next generations of engineers passionate about education. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Nasir, for this. Now, following the opening speech, we have a special launching gimmick. So, I welcome IR Dr. Muhammad Sayuti bin Abi Karim, advisor of AKIUM, as well as Nasir Ahtar bin Nasri, President of AKIUM 2023-2024, and also Muhammad Ahmed Arif Muhammad Maliki, the former President of AKIUM 2023, to come to the stage for the launching gimmick. Thank you, Dr. Sayuti, Nasir Ahtar, and Arif. Nasir Ahtar and Dr. Sayuti, please stay on the stage for the next agenda. Now, it is time for our first lucky draw. Dr. Sayuti will pick a name from a box, and the name will be our lucky draw winner. So Dr. Sayuti will pick 5 names from the box.
Kejadian Orang pertama ialah Arissa Kristina. Orang kedua ialah MRAR. Boleh. Saya nak isi saya. Orang ketiga ialah ada mufis. Kemudian keempat ialah Wan Afiza. Dan kemudian yang kelima yang sangat bertuah saya rasa ialah saudara William.
Thank you, Nasi Ahtam and Dr. Sayuti. We will have like 3 lucky draw. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I welcome Mr. Muhammad Amir Arif Muhammad Maliki to share some incredible insight and his experience about his internship at Texas Instrument. The floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good day to everyone. Okay. How are you guys today? Okay. Alright. So let me start my presentation by agreeing to what our Mr. President said just now in the briefing, in the introduction, about how our Malay students, our engineering students, that they don't want to have and so on. So I believe that this event is one of a good initiative that tackles on the sustainability, recognition, SDG as well. So I hope that we could actually bring kickstart this event to the level that we want to. Right? So, so today allow me to actually do some kind of a little bit of sharing about how was my internship at Texas Instruments. So my name is Amir Arif. Alright, my name is Amir Arif. I am the final year mechanical engineering students. I'm very proud to be here today to be talking on the stage with the president of my lecturers that I can say developed me of the first year. With you guys, the students, my juniors, I think. Okay, a little bit about me. Orang kata tak kenal maka tak cinta. So, my hometown was in Bani, Selangor, and my hobby is to play football, mobile games, and hiking. So in TI, Texas Instruments, actually in the poster there's a bit of forgetting information salah sikit. I was assigned at TI Melaka to fee dekat Kapang. So I was away from my hometown lah, 1 hour and a half to Melaka. I ran there, and at AKIUM, I was assigned in the assembly end of line, and specifically as equipment engineering intern in the training process. So I will brief more about it in the next slide. Yeah. So a little bit about TI. TI, or Texas Instruments, is a global semiconductor company that designs, manufactures, tests, and sells analog and embedded processing chips. They approximately 80,000 products help over 100,000 customers efficiently manage power, accurately sense and transmit data, and provide the core control of processing in their designs. So I was assigned, as I mentioned before, I was assigned at AKIUM Melaka. It was also one of the 7 assembly and test factories. So in Malaysia, we have 2 Texas Instruments factory, which is one in Ampang and one more in Melaka. So both of the factories is assigned specifically for test and assembly. Alright. Alright. I wouldn't say tak nak itu panjang berkaitan dengan teknikal. I think maybe our Mr. President Saudara Nasi akan cuba banyak berkaitan dengan teknikal. So I would like to share about my journey, how I get there and how I get here today. So basically, last year during December 2020, I was offered. Saya diberi alhamdulillah rezeki untuk orang kata get the offer early, got replacement early by TI during December last year. So I have 7 months or 8 months to focus on the subject on my third year program. How I get the placement early is that I create the resume early, the CV early, and I approach I attend the career fair and also submit the resume application. As you all know, there are lots of persatuan dekat kita punya fakulti that do the career fair, the career talk and so on. So try to attend them, that program, so that you could have the opportunity. Because sometimes ada company yang tak open to public, and also but you could get the contact numbers, and the company is actually orang kata aligned with your passion. So you need to attend that. Belajar dan jaga diri. So siapa kat sini yang third year? Third year. Okay. So majority of you is third year. So it's time for you to actually keluar daripada comfort zone, attend the career fair, submit belajar dan jaga diri, buka orang kata siswa meal tu. Yang banyak sangat tu siswa meal tu. There's a lot of opportunity in there. So try to orang kata find the best thing. Okay. 17 July 2023, because my own critical at TI Melaka, I started my internship 17 July. It's a 12-week journey, and during at AKIUM, I adapt to the company culture, be competitive to shine and survive, so on lah. Because in TI actually, in TI and also most of the company, I say in engineering, it's very competitive. Okay, it's very competitive, and you need to shine and to show that you worth to be there. Okay. Yeah. Make friends and enjoy. The most important thing in internship is you need to enjoy. You need to enjoy. If not, kalau you tak enjoy dekat company tu, and then you wouldn't be interested to actually continue that. Okay, and gain knowledge. So need to enjoy. With enjoy, and then you get the benefit. Okay. And proudly to say, 6 October 23, I end my internship at AKIUM Melaka, and I was offered placement at AKIUM 1 year early before graduate. So it's a very proud moment for me. On the last day, I signed the offer and so on. So this is the big news. Okay. Next. Okay, some technical knowledge from internship. I share a little bit about my experience in AKIUM. If you tahu, setiap intern dekat TI will get their own projects. Okay, will get their own projects at their respective position. So for me, I was assigned in planning process where we played the street, the street to actually protect and to increase the connectivity lah, gitu. So saya tak nak menyentuh berkaitan dengan technical sangat. Maybe nanti Nasir akan sentuh in this internship experience. So this is just a little bit of compilation of my pictures and my presentation. Nanti kan jadi macam internship punya presentation pula dengan lecturer. So this is just of it, and the completion of it. My project, with the implementation of my project, the predicted chemical are projected to reduce 270 liter per month. That resulted in a remarkable 32 reduction of chemical use. And also the cost reduction of 7,200 per year, and also save 5 hours per month for chemical adjustment activity. So that is a little bit about my projects. Not much, but it is enough to help me survive the company. Okay. Okay, some key takeaways from my internship. The first one is we need to apply ethics and professional engineering practice to the environment. Always be a data-driven person, because from my experience, there's other interns yang before orang masuk dan orang kata nak jalan mudah gitu. Okay, not data-driven person. Because bila kita intern, sometimes our supervisor doesn't give enough attention to us. So we could actually manipulate the data and so on to show that we actually get some orang kata output from our project. Something like that. So he manipulate the data and give some back consequences for him. Okay. So the key takeaways is that we need to be honest always, and need to be data driven. Kalau tak boleh, kalau boleh, kata okay. But personally, try your best to make it happen, to make some output and to help the company to improve. And then be brave to go out from the comfort zone. Of course, when you leave, you'll get the opportunity more to communicate with the bosses, the CEO, and so on. So try to go out out of your comfort zone and be yourself at time. Okay. Next is to take initiative, not wait. Be competitive, but complement each other. Be competitive in a healthy way, because if you're not competitive in a healthy way, we try to bring the others down. We try to bring your colleagues down, and then there is not good environment for working. Okay, and it will go cycle. Orang kata hukum karma tu ada. So bila orang try to jatuhkan orang lain, they will come. And lastly, about my key takeaways to expand professional networking. So networking, as I always bring in my life, networking is the new currency. So it's very important for us to have the networking, professional networking during your internship period, because if you want to talk about the social networking, you could actually attend this joining the society, orang kata jumpa dekat universiti, it's more to social lah, but more to bila korang masuk internship, it's more to the professional networking that you could actually use in your career. It's very important. So my advice is, before your internship start early as possible, secure the limited seats, because company yang besar, MNC, dia akan cari awal. They will look for their interns earlier than other companies. So try to create your resume, your profiling, your LinkedIn profile and so on. Create it early and approach the hiring manager as early as possible. Because as I said before, I got the placement bulan 12, I think it was November. So at that time, the cover letter of the internship is not yet keluar lagi. So don't wait for that, just approach first, and then you know the flow after that. Okay, so during your internship, adapt fast and do your best. Of course, adapt to the company culture, adapt to the environment, so that you could be comfortable and you want to continue in the company. If not so, then understand about the industry and other industry as well. And after, implement the knowledge into your life and make use of it, because it is a lifelong journey and lifelong education. So basically implement all that you learn inside the internship, so that you can use during your final year, and maybe in your career after that. Okay. So that's it. Last from my advice is to activate your LinkedIn page, because the hiring managers are always watching. One funny story, when I was interviewed during the ODTI, he asked me about, I entered the room, and the first thing that he said that, oh, you're the volunteer guy. So I did not mention anything about volunteer, I did not say anything yet, but I asked him, where do you know about my volunteering, because I was active in volunteerism. Okay? So how do you know about my volunteerism? So he said that he scrolled down and kind of stalked my LinkedIn profile. So I think it's very important. It's very important for you to have a very good profiling, especially LinkedIn, because it's easier to find your name in LinkedIn. People can just search your name and then keluar all your activities, your experience in there. So it's very important to have your LinkedIn page. So siapa yang belum, you will try to activate it. Okay. Okay, so last but not least, I would like to also promote a little bit PR, promote sedikit sebenarnya, because the HR pun dah ada masukkan dalam group. This is the 2024 internship program for the Access Instrument. So for siapa-siapa yang or whoever yang interested in semiconductor, scan first, and then maybe if you want to ask any question, you could see me in the free here. You could ask our experience, more technical, our 3 months journey. We can share. But in short terms, it's very challenging but fun, and I would say that you will not regret the opportunity. Right. I think that's all from me. Lastly, never underestimate your capabilities, and only you to say no to yourself. Thank you so much.
Now will be our Q&A session. Please can you
ni boleh jadi. Yeah, maybe one or two questions only. And we could have our session. Okay. One interesting question. In percentage, how much do you apply your engineering knowledge from classroom? In percentage, I think interesting question for you. So during my internship, I could say that maybe not more than 30%. Not more than 30% of my knowledge that I learned from classroom. Because maybe you guys pernah dengar kot kata bila kita masuk intern, masuk kerja, kita kena belajar balik, start dari from zero. So that's what I felt lah. So there's a little bit of because my position is as equipment engineer, more like maintenance and also improve efficiency and so on. So 3 months, I think not much, 30%. 30% only that I use the knowledge that I got from the classroom. So you need to start, orang kata bila you masuk kat company tu, masuk kat industri, kan nak kata jangan study tapi try to adapt dengan company punya style and try to learn from them. Itu yang banyak. Try to learn from the operators, from the senior engineers kat sana, because sometimes they have more knowledge, more real knowledge than what we learn theoretically. Okay. Thank you. Can you give tips on the intern interview? One tips from me is that be yourself. Be yourself. Don't orang kata overclaim yourself. What we learn from our lecturers or our seminars and so on, we need to sell ourselves to the hiring manager, to the interviewer. So sell yourself, but don't overclaim yourself until bila korang masuk dekat company tu, you couldn't actually deliver what you said before. Something like that. Okay. Besides CI, do you send your resume to other companies? How do you judge their offers after accepting the one from TI? Actually, I got approached by TI from the resume collection, from I think one of our society juga, one of our student society juga yang buat. So in the Google form tu ada around 20 companies, but you can choose around 10 only. But there's a couple of companies that approached me. I had done a couple of interviews lah, but I think TI is the first one to approach me, so I choose to relax after that. Bila dapat offer tu, okay, it's okay. Kita go on with TI, try masuk semiconductor industry, and yeah, it's a good option. It's a good journey from experience. Okay. Ada apa situasi kita kena boleh? Tak ada. Dekat intern tak ada. Tapi one of my friend ada. Orang kata tanya dia equipment engineer juga kat company X lah. Tapi disuruh for 2 weeks early tu untuk sheet tandas, something like that lah. So buat kerja-kerja. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's the company culture or so on. Tapi if you guys orang kata tak nak benda-benda tu jadi, try to approach your company yang korang minat lah. try to tanya your seniors about this company and that company. Maybe you will be interested. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you so much.
So next, our agenda, lucky draw. So Ahmed Arif will pick 5 names from the box, and the lucky draw winner is come to the stage.
The first name, betul lagi lah. My best friend, Lutfi. The next lucky person is Faris Faiz. Seterusnya Saudari Patricia Hanafi. The next is Balkis Arifah. And the last person is Amila Iliana. Thank you so much, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I welcome Mr. Nasir Ahtar bin Nasir to share some insight about his internship at AKIUM Energy. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Alright, so this is the moment I've been waiting for. The moment I reach KIA, I want to tell my friends, this is what I do during my internship. Because there's so much questions. How on earth you end up in Germany, Nasir? I did not know, me myself. How did I get here? So this is how I'm going to explain to you guys how I get here. So this is the, okay, hold on, relax. So what I do is I went to a renewable energy company manufacturing wind turbine nacelles. So nacelle is the body that holds the turbine fan, not turbine fan, blades on top of the tower. So the nacelle is the rectangular thing. So this is how big the nacelle is. So this circular component here is where you put the bearing. So that's the shaft, and this is the shape of the door. It is very tall, it can reach 3 meters, 4 meters, and this is without the roof. Okay, so this is me in front of the Energy office, which is the HQ. I did not work there, but this is my first day in Energy where I went with my father. And this is me at the wind turbine site. This is very exciting because I get to see like wind turbines right in front of my face. So the tower is here, and I'm here, and I can see the tower up there. So the height of the tower can reach up to 160 meters. That is as tall as skyscrapers. And the blade itself has the radius of 125 sometimes, 140, 160. Right now the flagship is 165 meters in radius. Alright. So this is how it all started. I want to make it quick because we have limited time, yeah? But this is what people want to know. So this is my father right in the middle here. And this man with the black shirt, oh my god, I'm so disrespectful him. He is the owner of the company. This, the one with wearing a red jacket, the pink jacket is Patrick. His name is Patrick. He is the like head of sales. And the one of the on the right, this is Mr. Fabian. Mr. Fabian is my employer, my boss, and the one I've been emailing with every day. And he is the CTO, Chief Technical Officer. And right beside my father here, this is Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank is what made it all happen. So beside Mr. Frank is his wife and his lawyer. So there are a lot of people involved in my internship, and very big people. I'm very honored to be. This is all thanks to my father and his friend, Mr. Frank. So how did it went? So firstly, my father said to me, Nasir, abah ada kawan kat Germany, dia buat renewable energy banyak benda. He always uploads on his Facebook and everything. Maybe I can send him a message talking about my son wants to work with some renewable energy companies. So he reached out with him using Facebook. So it all started with Facebook. And then Mr. Frank was like, oh yeah, sure, send me an email. So I sent him 2 emails. One was an application to a wind turbine energy, and another was an application to an aircraft manufacturing company. So obviously we went for the wind turbine company. So my father and Mr. Frank went way back in 2000, I don't know. It was very long time ago. I think 8 years. They met in KL. And my father and Mr. Frank went on adventures together, went to other countries, pitching their projects. So he's a very close friend with my father. So Mr. Frank is an entrepreneur in Germany, and he has so many connections. He has friends with everyone. He has friends with lawyers, he has friends with engineers. So he's like, yeah, I can help your son find internship. Don't worry. Next week I get an offer again. So Mr. Frank's background is a mechanical engineer. Okay, let me show you. So Mr. Frank, mechanical engineer. Mr. Chrome, mechanical engineer. Mr. Patrick, mechanical engineer. Mr. Fabian is also a mechanical engineer. If you're taking mechanical engineering and you guys say there's no future for them, so look at these guys, they are succeeding in life. Alright, so after that, he has friend in Energy, which is a small company, quote unquote small. They have a big ass factory, but it's considered small for them. So I was like, this is not small, man. This is big. And then they were like, okay. So we contact Energy, and then they said yes. And then on the 7th of August, I sent my first email to Mr. Fabian. So that's how it all started. It started with Facebook, with my father's friend, and then a friend to his friend, then to the owner of Energy, and then to the CTO, which will be my employer. Alright. Okay, so this is a screenshot from my iPad because I really like to draw. So this is my first email from 17th of August, this is August. And from that week on, I have been sending documents, passport, visa, accommodation, because Germany is very notorious for its accommodation. You will not find your accommodation in 1 month, let alone 1 week. I was trying that. I was trying to find accommodation in 1 week. It's quite impossible. So at the in the meantime of me doing all of this, I was still interning. So during my SEM break, I had 2 internships. One internship was in Shah Alam, and the second one was in Germany. The one in Shah Alam was just really part-time job, but I really loved it. But I did not finish yet during this. So time ni I masih bekerja dekat intern lama, which is NCT. That story can be told another day. And then on the 20th of August, I went to TND and ETR, which I mentioned earlier. And the 29th is my flight to Hamburg. So imagine you get the first email from the company, and in a few weeks you're gonna fly to Germany. That's crazy. And then we arrived on Hamburg, and then we went a trip from Hamburg to Rostock. So this is my September. So my September starts with the first Friday, which is my first day meeting with Inno Energy. So it was a meeting the picture earlier with my father, Mr. Frank, Mr. Fabian, Mr. Patrick, and Mr. Paul. And then that's the first meeting. And then on the Monday follow-up meeting, and then we start my internship. Because if you know me, there's nothing normal about me. This is always weird. So this is how weird my internship is. So I have 3 different placements during my internship, starting with simulation and load calculation. So I don't want to go into detail, but what I do is I calculate load of the wind turbine, how much forces there is on the bearings, blah blah blah, using software and talking with my colleagues. All of my colleagues are PhD students, but they look really young. Okay, so that is the simulation and load calculation. And then we go on to my first day at production. First day in production. This is like a hands-on experience. This is where I wear an overall, people say Arbeitskleidung. In German, there's what called a work attire. You wear vests, overalls, with Arbeitsschuhe, work shoes. So I stayed in the production for 2 weeks. And then the best thing about Germany is that they like to do barbecues. I had my first barbecue here, and then I had my second barbecue here, and I also had a summer fest on a Wednesday. On my first day in the simulation calculation, I said, let's go to the summer fest. What? You have a party? Yeah, I have a party. No. So these Germans really like to celebrate. So this is my October. So my October starts with my trip to Cologne. I went to Düsseldorf and Dortmund. But that's not the point. The point is the next part of my internship is me being in the office. So this is quite interesting. Is that there's a difference between being in the office and being in production line. So you really get to know how it feels to be an engineer and how the company works. So because you went to different departments, that's how special my internship is, because it's just 2 months, less than 2 months. I want to learn everything, so that's what my employer also suggested for me. So I went to the local calculators, I went to the production hall, and now I work in the office. So what I do in the office? So what I do in the office is that, what did I do? I translated Germany to English slides. So that was my first task. My employer was like, okay, this slide is in German, can you please translate it to English? Like, oh, okay. But in the meantime, I read about the slides. The slides was about safety hazards. I learned a lot of German technical words, and that was really important for me. And then in the office also, I went to site visits. So I went site visits to the blade and the harbor. Imagine Rostock is a harbor city, so there's a lot of boats coming in and out. So the wind turbine blades are transported at Rostock. So you can go to the harbor and see huge wind blades parked at the harbor. And then I went to visit the wind farm site, which was the picture earlier. I went to see the tower, which was the new prototype for Inno Energy. The Inno 165. It generated 6 megawatts. So, and then I visited the substation. Substation is like when you have multiple wind turbines. You want to connect those turbines to the grid. How do you do that? So you need to connect all of those turbine power cables to a substation, and then the substation is connected to the grid. So a lot of electrical stuff also. And then the 25th of October was my last day. So this is, I just want to address masa the first week tu, it was the 7th October tu, was the Palestine-Israel war. I was really concerned because my colleagues orang kafir kan, and Germany kan, so I was like afraid, but at least they recognize that Israel isn't really humane. So I was like, wow, okay, that's good for you, please don't kill me. Okay, so my slides will be more on pictures because I love to show pictures. There's not going to be a lot of words. I think you guys also prefer that. So this is a book called Wind Farbenhagen. It's about wind design book. Wind design book. This is where you have formulas, you have design specifications about blades and everything. Yeah, quite technical, but I read it. And then this is me. This is how massive the hub bearing is. If you guys don't know what hub bearing is, it is the frame that connects the wind blades to the nacelle. Okay, so all of these holes are slots to bolt the wind blade to the hub, and then the hub to the nacelle. I hope you guys understand. You guys don't understand all, but it's okay. And then this is the main shaft connected to the generator. So this is the main shaft right here from this guy on. Okay, this is the main shaft. This is the rotor. This rotor is connected to the hub bearing, which I showed you earlier. And this is the generator, which generates electricity. And this is how massive it is. It is about 20 tons. So, yes, I am very impressed of the machinery of the steel. This is pure steel, not pure steel actually, alloys, but it's very heavy. And it's quite mesmerizing touching it. You know, you usually just see it, but I have the option to touch it. And then this is barbecue. This is very fun. In Germany, this is one of the cultures where you have sausages. They really love sausages. They call it Wurst. In Germany, sausages is Wurst. And this is this little part here. This is my potatoes. So they were really considerate of me lah. You're Muslim, right? So you cannot take any big time. So what do you want for your barbecue? This is the first time. Imagine going to a German company without any foreigners, and they become this considerate, asking what do you want for your barbecue? Because usually they just masak there, and if you guys raise any queries about racism, I feel fortunate enough to not face any racism during my term in Germany. But what I got was very good accommodation and consideration from my colleagues. So that's why I got a potato in aluminium foil here, because I said to them, I can eat potatoes, I can eat beef. So they made potatoes. So this is me, it's a clear image. This is the scale, I'm 175. This is about 3 to 4 meters. This is steel. Belakang ni, this frame is steel. This is fiberglass. The body, that's it. This is called the body, this is called the frame. Inside is aluminium. The stand-off, the supporting frame, that's aluminium. So this is from the side, the nacelle from the side. So you can imagine that is the hub bearing kan. So I work on that. The hub bearing will be attached to the nacelle, and then the hub bearing will be connected to the wind blades. I hope you understand. So this is how big it is. This is the ladder, and this is the whole nacelle. The whole nacelle will be transported on a truck, and then the truck will bring it to the site. So it's a very massive truck. Okay, so this is one of my site visits. We went to the prototype, the wind turbine prototype. This is the 6 megawatts. So they had a problem. The water cooling for the converter was leaking. So the roof of the transformer was wet. So they don't know how to do it. So this is a simple checkup. So this right here is pure copper. This here is pure copper. and this is all the transformer side, and on top here is the roof. This roof is dripping wet because of the leaking from the water cooling of the converter. So on top here is the converter, the bottom here is the transformer. So the transformer is getting wet from the leaking. So those are one of the checkups we do at the site. So this is the substation. So you can see this is, in Germany we call it Anlagen. Anlagen is like a plant or a space or like a system, a structure, where you have the transformer. This is a huge transformer converting 20 kilovolts into 110 kilovolts. From the turbine generates about 5 kilovolts. The turbine to the transformer, and it changes the 5 kilovolts to 20 kilovolts. 20 kilovolts now go to this station and converts it to 100 kilovolts. So there's a lot of transformers in play. This is a very good electrical lesson for me, to be honest. Alright, so this is the Windley Harbor, Windley Cargo Emerson. You can see here, this is Mr. Fabian, and this is another guy. This is the wind blades. They are parked on the harbor, just waiting for shipping or waiting for logistics to take them to the site. So this is the substation room. This is also my colleague. His name is Mr. Ruben. This is the transformer I talked about, and this is some coding I did. So at the last week of my internship, I needed to come up with a controller system. Imagine coming to a company, learning a new language, asking me to do a controller system, a PI controller. You have gains. This is very technical, but that's what I do at the last week of my internship. I did some coding on VS Code using the language Julia. Julia is a new language, but it will be used for engineers in the future. That's the trend now. So yes. Alright, so this is the people in my office. They are very friendly people. You think Germans are like very frowned upon, meet you very garang and all that. But once you get to know them, you get to say like, you greet them every day. In northern Germany, you say Guten Morgen. In northern Germany, you say Moin. So every time I masuk office, people say to me, Moin, 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 with every tone, and I say, oh. So this is Mr. Fabian on my last day. This is Mr. Uwe on my last day. This is the pantry. One thing about Germany lunch is that I get very insecure because I bring nasi goreng. They bring salad, they bring yogurts, they bring pastas which are very healthy, and I'm just here eating nasi goreng. So everyone bawa bekal tau. So this is my colleagues bekal, they also bawa bekal, and there's like grapes and apples. You do not see this in Malaysia. What you see in Malaysia is nasi lemak. So I had a lot of fun in Germany. I think that's all. There's so much more to tell you guys about, but this is briefly how my internship went. So I am really passionate about cars. So this is my last slide. This is a 911 GT3 Porsche in white and red striped full. And this is the statue in front of the Porsche Museum. So danke schön. That's thank you very much for from me. Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now it's time for Q&A session.
Okay, so someone asked me how long did I took to learn German language. The moment I step forth on Hamburg is the moment I install Duolingo. So I learned Guten Tag on my first day in Hamburg. So I had zero knowledge about German language, and this is like diving headfirst into the German country because you need to know very good German to converse. So it was really tough for the German language. But I managed, I survived, I'm here. Tak, siapa yang tanya soalan ni? Next. How did you cope with isolation in Germany? It was really discovering myself. I was really lonely. I have a lot of attachment issues. So it's time for me to learn how to be alone and help myself as a company. So it was really life changing for me. It was really sad. Sometimes cry, sometimes sad. But that's life. You will be alone one day. Okay, if you guys have, these three participants better end their sentence now. Come on, come on. How do you manage with all the barriers? Okay, so barriers from the colleagues are like they speak in German, but in my company, all of them are very educated. All of them have PhDs, all of them have masters. We were talking with engineers, they did their masters in English. They did a PhD in English. So when they got to speak with me, it's like having to practice English with me. So they was like very glad that they can practice English with me. But their English are very good. So I believe that the company I went to was very educated and they had a very good English background. So it wasn't really a matter. The Austrian painter is very familiar also. Do lucky draw for Sheka. Do you plan to live and work there? I don't know. Do you prefer internship in overseas? I don't know. I think it will be okay if I internship overseas if I get money. For your information, I went to the internship in Germany without pay. So it was fully funded by my father. How many Muslim community there? There was a lot of Syrians, there was a lot of Persians, there was a lot of Turkish people also. So yeah, it was quite easy juga lah. So I think that's all the questions I have to answer. Please ask me after the event. Thank you very much.
So now it's time for our draw. Nancy will take 5 names from the box.
I will take 7 names because there's 7 gifts left. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. First name, Mr. Ko Azizo. Next one is Muaz. Next name is Atika Miza bin Ahmad Tanisi. Next one is Aizat. Aizat Muhammad Hamzah. Some I ambil doctor, so I put it back. So here are the last three names. Nur Syafiqah binti Ahmad Tanisi. Also ready terus tak? Fahmi and Muhammad Nonika. This is a notebook. There's a lot of I want to remind again that all of those like draw are from Germany, so I brought it back from there just to give you guys. Okay, so please enjoy your gifts, and also there's food provided for everyone after this, and terus cepat pergi solat dulu. Okay.
Before we end our event today, so we will have like photography session. So this is English.
Jadi, jom 1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3 freestyle 1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3 1, 2. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for this part. So if you guys interested to become a team member, you guys can register. As I say, guys, at every beginning there is an ending, and now the ceremony has come to its end. Once again, thank you everyone for dressing our ceremony with your presence. We truly appreciate it.
Tak ada
On
orang.
behalf of the AKIUM organizing committee, I would like to apologize for any mistake we try to come to the event.
Apa ni?
I am the event. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Macam nak end?
All VIP and guests are invited for refreshment.